Shalom. I want to start off by giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone, and salutation to the hopefully elect that pushes the truth in the four corners and highways and edges. It's brother Baradanya back with a quick lesson, edifying and to the point. This is Dueteronomy 28 and verse 15, and this is basically for the newcomers, the beginners, the basics. You would come in the truth knowing precepts that, you would first start off knowing, for help you understand who you are and why we're going through the hardships that we go through in this current life that we get right now. This is Dueteronomy 28, and I'm going to read from verse 1 first. And it says, "And it shall come to pass, right, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the words, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power, or will Yahweh thy power, will set thee on high above all nations of the earth." And there's a commandment we had, if he'll even list some things that we would obtain once we obey the last statutes and commandments. However, in these times now, they may be disobeyed. Because some of us went after idols, did unrighteously. Everything that was commanded us to do, we did opposite. And that's why we're in these situations. And verse 15 will tell you. It said, "But if," and for that you could read from 28 and 1 to verse 14 is the blessings that they would have received. Okay? If we follow the last statutes and commandments. However, since we didn't, read verse 15. So, "But it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, and all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." And from verse 16 to verse 68 is curses that are upon our people today. And this is how you just help identify Israelite. This is a part of it, help you identify it, Israelite situation wise, and these things. Verse 16. Actually, I can bounce along in this chapter. In this chapter here, so I read from 16. It says, "Cursed shall thou be in the city." Right? "Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the fields." Yeah. Anywhere we go, these curses gonna follow we, bro. Any job we take up, these curses gonna follow we. You understand? Let me jump to verse 48. 28 and 48. Just bouncing around in this here real quick. It said, "Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee." And that happened during the transatlantic slave trade. That happened during sub-Saharan slave trade, the Medo-Persian Empire. These nations have placed yokes of iron upon our necks. Slavery break we down from being a nation. When you go to Psalms, let me get it real quick. Where the word on yeah? Right there. Yeah, what is 83? Psalms 83 and 3. It said, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, and that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederates against thee." Right? And the tabernacle of Edom, this day at the top. All these nations here, they can list. You can go through it. They have come against the Israelites. Put you in captivity and these things of such nature. Alright? Go back to Dueteronomy. Yeah, it's a There we can serve our enemies, and these nations is not our friends. You understand? They are our enemies, and we tend to forget that. Then we tend, 2/3 of our people tend to forget that. You know? That what these people done unto us. Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst. We're going to have to go to these people for everything, clothing and all these things. You understand? And in thirst, food, water, everything, nakedness, everything. And the want of all things. And forget these things, they can put yokes of iron on we. They can put you through shitty contracts like what they do Kanye West. And these people, all these rich actors, bro. What they do, they give them a contract. And there's their yoke of iron. You know? Yoke of iron on the necks. Forget these things, bro. And the biggest yoke can come is the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Right? So yeah. Let me get let me jump to 54. I see it's on like the 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall bear, which he shall leave. That's why you see majority of our family, Israelite family, so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, majority of them don't look after the children. It's either be a broken home, a single parent family, and things like that. You know, the scripture say a man gonna build a house and he not even live in it. And there's some of the curses that I bouncing wrong in. But this entire chapter is a good chapter for younger brothers or people who now coming in to go through. But I just trying to, you know, give a slight understanding on it. Right, verse 55. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he had nothing left him in the siege, and in straitness wherein thine enemy shall distress thee in all thy gates. Maybe we didn't be eating our children in this captivity, but we don't even know what's going to happen, because at perilous times is ahead. But in our last captivity, whosoever, each and every one of these curses fit. You understand? They fit each and every one of them captivity. Alright? So, verse 56, the tender and delicate woman among you, which should not have adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. Yeah, the woman that you would think wouldn't even break a nail, bro, who loved the children so dearly, who loves her husband, who do anything for them, and this is Christ they make. She, a bitch like she, come fuck you over, tell the police, tell them who you're hiding, and these kind of things. You understand? Destroy your children, and towards our young ones that cometh out from between our feet, and towards our children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in the gates. You see, woman is minus faith, bro. So they can't go through the hardness like how a man the Lord would go through the hardness. You understand? And you go to verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies again, for bondmen is slave men, and bondwomen slave women, and no man shall buy you. Right? No man shall redeem. We're going to the word buy it. Go back to the word redeem. Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, all these people try to redeem the nation of Israel. The lady was sitting on the bus, Mandela, all them tried, but only one person could redeem the nation of Israel, and this Yahushai. So this is why we don't follow this marching. All these people who sign up and say they're going to fight, no, fuck it. Only Yahushai is going to be able to redeem Israel. No other man could take the glory from Yahushai. You understand? As we coming back for do. Take Israel, take the elect out of the nation of Edom hands. Alright? So, in Isaiah so like Deuteronomy 28 and 68, let me get Joel 3 and 3, and then I can close it off. Right? Joel 3 and 3. Joel 3 verse 3, and he have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yeah. And there's the wicked of the earth, my brother. There's the wicked of the earth that do such things. Esau, our enemies. You understand? Let me go back to. Let me get to Exodus 20 and 2. It's Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And the house of bondage is synonymously known as slavery, right? Or Egypt. Egypt is synonymously known as bondage, as the house out of the house of bondage. And it really mean we go into Egypt because the last time we went into captivity in Egypt, we walk into Egypt. Ships didn't take us there, but ships brought us into captivity into the Americas, right? So Egypt is just synonymous for bondage. That's why I bring Exodus 20 and 2. I hope there was a defined straight to the point. It's brother by Daniel, and we're gonna be hitting them again. Anyway, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and Dominanos to the elders and apostles of great millstone, and citations to the hopefully elect that push this truth in the four corners and highways and edges. Shalom.